Welcoming you to the Leela podcast, a place where you can discover all things Osho Leela. You'll get to meet the community, learn about community life, and listen in as we share about our upcoming events and workshops from the perspective of the facilitators and the attendees, supporting you to find your way to Leela. Hello and welcome to the Leela podcast, and today I have the wonderful Sanjula. She is back on the podcast.
Hello.
She's been on a few times already. We've discussed many things from magic at the Osho Mystic Heart Festival. We have discussed, oh my gosh, I can't even think now, so many different things, different ways of being at Osho Leela. And today we are coming on and we're kind of doing a bit of a slightly different format because we're going to be sharing about an event that we are co-hosting together. So I'm Louise, I live at Osho Leela, and I'm also going to be supporting Sanjula with this event. So yeah, it's a little bit of a kind of unusual way of doing the podcast. So yeah, let's go for it, shall we?
Totally.
Let's just make it up as we go along.
Shall we?
That's the best way.
Yeah, it is.
To just be in this moment right now, in the togetherness and the not knowing what will come and not knowing what we'll say and just trusting that it comes through.
Beautiful.
And yeah, that feels good, because I can feel sometimes there's that, which question to ask next, and sometimes it's actually we don't need that voice. It's just a trust, and this is the way we're going to go. This is the way we're gonna speak into this. So it's lovely to have you here.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Yeah.
I like being with you always. So this seems to be the moment when we can actually have some, you would think strangely enough, alone time together, but we're alone with an audience, which is really beautiful. And I look forward also just to allow what is to come out of both of us, because we're both living in community and also bringing a lot of our own experience to the work that we want to create and bring into life.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think when we were just tuning in to the podcast, I was kind of like calling in what community, being in community, and we're here nourishing ourselves, and we're inviting people in to be nourished, and we do that in so many beautiful ways. We do that through the food, we do that through the care, through the hugs, through the connection, through the ability to just be able to share our hearts. We don't need to go into small talk and things like that so much, but we kind of can go down and actually have lovely, beautiful conversations. And yeah, that's what nourishes me. That's what nourishes me by being here. And it's beautiful that we can also bring people into our environment, into our space, and offer that out as well to others.
Beautiful. I mean, for me, it's funny because it became apparent in the directors' meeting recently that I'm one of the directors that loves to be in the group room, which is true. And when I hear you, then I think actually the groups that I'm involved in are the things that I'm passionate about in life, and that it's important for me to have some area of focus on those things. Because it can very easily go that something which is important for me, like health, when I'm working or in the community, that can become a not as prominent feature in my life. So when I run a workshop, even for me as the workshop leader, it's amazing that is how it is, that when I go into any group and create an experience, I'm taking myself through that experience as well.
Yeah.
And that I think is a unique way of working. I think there's different styles of running workshops and teaching, and you can teach from the mind and have a curriculum that you want to follow, and you can teach from your life experience and also the experience that you want to invite in and have. So I like that I am able to bring myself to the accountability of being in the workshop and also being open to learn from the workshop myself. Yeah. And I think that is a special quality to have. It's it shows a humanity there, so that we are a community and we're hosting events, and at the same time there's an openness to learn. And I think in community it's really important that we stay open to learning. And one of the ways we are learning is through workshops. And like I can feel resistant myself sometimes if I hear this title, wellness or well-being, because then immediately I go, okay, I have a little checklist, you know, where are my good habits? Am I really taking care of my body? Am I taking care of what I'm putting inside of myself? Do I have a goal even for the year going forward? And to be honest, I will use the wellness retreat as well for myself to create a vision for the year with my own health and well-being. I find that super important. And is it all right to continue with a small piece? I think the reason it's so important for me is because what I have experienced is that when people get ill or their health is not so well, sometimes they will turn to alternative medicine or wellness things and choose one thing and expect it to fix them. And the truth is it miraculously might work, but in my experience, wellness, alternative health is all about lifestyle. So this wellness retreat and what we do will be about educating and making choices in lifestyle so that we're living healthier lives. So that when things do come along, when disease or illness comes along, we are living a life which is supportive to us being well, and that we have many things that we can use to support us to find that health again. And I think both has its place, of course, you know, in life. We need different things at different times, but for me, definitely having an awareness for myself that it's important right down to what I'm choosing to eat, like the organic food, where the water's coming from, how is my sleep, all these things. Like if I'm on autopilot, I'm not watching any of those things. And I think those things are there to inform us in which direction also we need to go in caring for ourselves. And I think that is a super important part here in the commune, learning how to take care of ourselves. And I think we can do it together.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all resonating as you speak, because I know for myself as well, you know, when I do compartmentalise and focus on one thing and drop other areas, it soon comes around. And the body speaks. The body speaks in pain, the body speaks in uncomfortableness, because I'm like, right, this is what I'm focusing on now, but I'm not actually fulfilling, you know, for me, water is one of the hardest things to drink ever. And, you know, it's like, oh, I'm getting this symptom. And it's like, sometimes it's just drinking water actually that's needed. It's just that very basic, simple thing that you need to have more water in your day, you know? It's
totally.
It's crazy how and you need, for me, I need that review process. You know, for me, I set my intentions each month of like looking at different areas of life and like where am I avoiding. That's always usually one of the main things I look at, because it's usually, you know, I'm doing this and I'm doing this meditation and I'm eating this good food or whatever, and it's like, yeah, but what is it that you're not doing? And it can sometimes be so holistic. It can be, oh yeah, I'm not moving my body enough, I'm not connecting to nature, or actually I'm not having that conversation that's really important, and that's the thing that's impacting on the health. So the overview, for me, for sure, has been an important thing. And as we keep travelling and progressing in life and through life and life ages, you know, seasons, there's always another message of like, oh yeah, that thing that was really helping you've dropped. Come back to that. And for me, that was always a really challenging thing to admit it, especially when I was a healthcare professional. I should know, and I should be healthy and well and teaching other people it. I've got to be able to be standing in that, like, yeah, I've got it all sorted, but still life happens, things happen, emotions change, environments shift, and there's always a humbling of like, oh wow, yeah, I need this retreat too. I need this time, this nourishment, the space to slow down, to come back. We've come out of winter now. We're in the winter now. We're going to be coming towards the spring when we hold the retreat. And it's okay that we've been in hibernation mode. It's okay that, the body's not been moving as much as what it does as you come towards the spring and the summer. And it's rebooting, resetting, and having that new vision for the year, for life, whatever that looks like.
It makes me think of Teresa, actually, because she was always wanting the commune to eat seasonally, and there is something to be said for that in permaculture.
Yeah.
But I don't want to go there really, because I also see that, like with health, for me it's and well-being, there needs to be a practice of discipline, and it's learning what those things are. And that's why I like that the wellness retreat is not just a weekend, but it has a few extra days in the retreat, because we will practice well-being exercises, like even coconut pulling. It's all the things are optional, but we will do different practices, and then it teaches the body, like, I'm a mother, it's like teaching your child to brush your teeth. It feels like you're teaching them that until they're 16 to 18. Are you brushing your teeth? And it's the same. It's like, okay, what discipline needs to be there? Fill the water jug up, fill the water bottle up, and take it with you in your bag and make sure you drink.
Yeah.
And if you do it consciously for a period of time, that's where the magic is, because it's like meditation. You practice with a group. Yeah. The energy is solidating the experience, and from that place, you will notice more. So the wellness practice will be holding its own awareness when you leave the retreat, because you will practice, and when you're out there on your own, you will realize, oh, I can do that, and you can come back to it. So I like that as a way of moving forward. I've found myself that the habits that I've installed have come from repetition.
Yeah,
because otherwise it's like I can think it's a good idea, and then actually like 2 days later it was like, where's that idea gone, and it hasn't landed somewhere in me. But if I do something and there's knowledge with that, whatever it is that I'm doing, even if it's breath work or yoga or like the sauna, whatever I'm doing where the knowledge is, if I'm practicing that, then I find it much easier to come back to it. When I don't, I almost feel that it's impossible to come to it. And I don't know if that's just me or if that is how it is, you know. So I can only talk from my experience, and I've always found it really helpful over the years. Oh, I'm just so grateful for the wizards and teachers that have come on my path, that have taught me different aspects of health and made me look up and go, oh, Sanjula, now it's time to take care and retreat and make sure that you're focusing purely on the health. And to be honest, I just, in my prayers, I sometimes, when I think of my life and my long death and life, then I think that I pray that all my good effort over the years will come into play the older I get. And yeah, that is a goal and reason. It's connected to the reason why I choose to focus on these things. You know, if we think of Bhavan in the kitchen, I mean, Osho Leela is blessed to have Bhavan in the kitchen. If you haven't met Bhavan in the kitchen, you know, with all his magic and all the yummy food that we will have on the retreat, and what do you call it? Elixirs.
Magic elixirs.
Yeah, it sounds like Alexa, the thing people are talking to.
Yeah, lots of goodies. Yeah, we've got, I mean, Bhavan is a blessing, like you say, to Osho Leela, and I notice actually when he creates something in the kitchen, it gets better and better every time. It just improves, and he makes kombucha and sauerkraut and
turmeric chai. That's the best.
Cacao. Oh, just all the yumminess. Yeah, we're very blessed here. We've got some amazing alchemists, really, aren't they? Alchemists that live here now,
and then we have Kate coming in, which is a real blessing. Kate is living here for a while, and she will bring all her wisdom. She has been in the homeopathy, how you say?
Yeah,
homeopathy school, and brings a lot of wisdom around eating and well-being.
Yeah, she is our garden goddess. We call a lot of people into Osho Leela. What would be wonderful is if we could have some wonderful people that love working in the garden and can fill our polytunnels with beautiful food. And this has all been visioned around the fire in ritual, and even just like this, just by calling them in. And the people come, and Kate for certain was one of those coming in last year, and she loves plants, and she loves baby seedlings that turn into amazing vegetables and salads and everything. And the passion that this woman has, you know, just observing her with her babies, they are her babies, is just wonderful, because all of that love is coming into the food, is being then infused with love by our wonderful kitchen staff. You know, often Bhavan is playing beautiful music as well, just to infuse the food even more. And for me, like, how amazing, how lucky are we that we get to eat food that's not just been kind of packaged and put and cooked, but the love the energetic love that's put into them. And yeah, Kate for sure brings that en masse and has some beautiful skills to share. I'm really looking forward to it, actually. I'm looking forward to learning from her. It'll be a real blessing.
Me too. Yeah. I liked the other day she said, what better thing to do this life than to grow organic food for a community? And I was like, yes. So and that's wonderful, isn't it?
It's on purpose.
Yes.
Being on purpose, you know, it's that feeling, isn't it? And I think when we find our place in life, and for me, I've certainly found my place in life, and for me, you know, we'll go into as well, we'll be talking a bit about values and infusing our values into our intentions and goals. That's some of the stuff I'll be bringing. And, you know, for years I had community written on my piece of paper on my altar, and it's like, wow, I'm here, and I'm kind of fused in to the mycelium of the community, and it's like, yeah, that's where I'm supposed to be, right here, you know, in all of this, in the melting pot, the stirring pot of Osho Leela, very much on purpose, and yourself in the group room, and beyond that in so many ways as well. We're doing it, which is wonderful, and yeah, hopefully inspiring to people. I think that's a big thing for me as well, is to bring that, the possibility of what life can be and what it can feel like, and riding the waves of life, because there is no perfection, I don't believe. We're here, and sometimes it's trudgy, and then sometimes it's beautiful, and but it's all of that. So yeah, I think we bring that in Osho Leela.
Totally. I think at this point in history, to be in the community and to be at the forefront of a community in these times, I always, I always thought I would create my own commune, and I have been involved in different places, and now that I'm here, I just see that it is about divine timing. And when I look at where we are in the world, we are in really a collective awakening of how important the community is, how important the humanity is moving forward, that actually it is the only way to build the bridges that we need. Because it's very clear we need bridges. And I think you can try and build a bridge on your own, and it might take you a lifetime, or you can come together in the community. And the fact, we were talking about it earlier today, the coming together is what Varesh was teaching constantly. He even had a group called Coming Together. Yeah. And I think we are coming together on a daily basis, and we have a common purpose in life. And I think as a community, it's a very simple practice of bringing love to each other and to the world. And I'm just really happy that we're here at the same time. You know, I really am.
Yeah, very blessed, very blessed. Yeah, kind of as you were speaking as well, I was kind of we've been talking a bit about retreat today as well, haven't we? And the kind of more general context of Osho Leela, and how, you know, kind of going back to my vision, you know, community, it was like, I want to live on retreat. That's what I want. I want to be doing workshops. I want to be doing things together, like the accountability of like the togetherness. And we were talking about weaving, you know, the sense of retreat more and more into Osho Leela. You know, that balance of the yin and the yang, and of all of the activities and stuff that we do here. And this is a really special place to have a retreat, actually, because when I was actually doing, I'm on promotion, so I'm putting the retreat out into various places, and most of them are hosted, aren't they, you know, in a really beautiful space, in a kind of like, whether it's a beautiful kind of like country manor and things like that, which is wonderful, not at all kind of doubting that. But we're quite unique in that when you come on retreat here, you'll also be coming into the community. You're weaving into the community as well as a whole. You'll be kind of, you know, eating breakfast, and there'll be other people kind of around. And for me that's also kind of a unique thing about Osho Leela. If you've been here before, you'll know it, but if you haven't, you get to see that the workings of how people can live together and live in bringing very different people together, actually, and totally. Weaving together, and everybody finding their place. And so it kind of goes beyond the retreat in a way, just by stepping into Osho Leela, because you get this added bonus of like, what is it to live in a community as well?
And I think deeper, Louise, is the deep sense of belonging. That, you know, yes, I love the concept of going to retreats and that are hosted in beautiful venues, but that, I think we touched it today, really. What is the difference between going on a retreat somewhere else and coming on retreat here at Osho Leela? And it is that, with my experience of being in the group room and also in community, one of the deep-rooted emotions that need to be tended to is the need to belong. All of us have it in some context. And I think we experience it here in the commune when we feel like we belong and we connected, and when we don't feel like we belong and we've kind of taken a step away. There's definitely a noticeable experience. And when I hear people coming into the groups and they are really always talking that, wow, I felt like I belonged here, you know, like how amazing to come into a community and see that it's still possible in our time to create a culture of belonging. And I think that can heal misplacement in society. So we can often have this experience of feeling misplaced or not belonging. Then it's like, okay, you can try many things, some healthy, some unhealthy, to fit in, and you don't touch that deep feeling of needing to feel like you belong. And especially if you didn't have it in your childhood family, a feeling of belonging, then I feel the commune really is a place where people can step into, hey, yeah, there's a group of people that are living with purpose. And I like that you mentioned it, because I feel like we are aspiring as individuals and as a collective group to align Osho Leela with a truth of purpose. And it's evolving. We're in a time where it's evolving, and it's really beautiful that it is evolving, because I feel like there's a medicine in the quality of community well-being and retreats. And now we have an offering on the calendar, but I can see that grow. I can see that grow.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I can be in my vision of living on retreat.
Yeah, me too. Just like reel the sun in. Come on, summer. Spring first. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm a summer baby.
Yeah, definitely feel just that sense of really, waiting for the sun. waiting. Actually, and we're getting towards the spring now. I was noting a few buds poking out, and I also love the fact that we have seasons, because if we didn't have them, I think I would miss them. There comes a point, actually, like after summer, and I'm like, oh yeah, cozy clothes, you know. But yeah, I mean, you're from South Africa, so...
Really?
It's tougher.
Purpose has brought me down Common Mead Lane.
I do wonder.
Yeah, really.
We actually have, like, a fairly international community, don't we? And I always do wonder, I'm like, how did everyone end up in Dorset, in the UK? And it's beautiful and wonderful, but it's often cold.
Or wet.
Yeah, so... Oh, gorgeous, lovely, wonderful. So let's, a little bit more detail, I guess, just to fill you in, because we're kind of talking quite organically. And actually, the retreat is happening at the end of February, 28th of February till the 3rd of March, and which isn't that long away, just over 7 weeks, I think, if my maths is right, and it's going to be, for me as well, like, I love New Year. I love the energy of New Year, of like, right, okay, yeah, newness, freshness, you know, you're kind of like, Christmas, the heaviness is, you've had enough of it now, you're ready. And what I've found over the years, where I've kind of done this intention setting process, probably for about 6 or 7 years now, is it isn't the time to go. You know, the whole thing with New Year's resolutions and so on. It's the time to go, but also not have any attachment for any of those things that you've put onto your into your vision, if you like, of like, I'm going to go to the gym every day and I'm going to drink this green smoothie every day. It's actually kind of like not the time to do that, because we are still in the winter. We're still in the kind of, you know, the hibernation, the coziness. And actually, as we kind of like come towards the spring, we are then moving into more energy. You know, the sun is more here. And you think kind of as well, if you think about the cycles of life, when a woman, if you talk about kind of a woman, you know, you've got your winter and you've got your spring and your summer and your autumn. And it's the same with nature. It's like, yeah, you're supposed to be cozying up in the winter. When we come into spring, it's that time to kind of go, oh yeah, what is good for me? What do I need? And putting those things into motion. So this is that, like, we called it a reset, is one of the words we're kind of using. And for me, it's a great time, well placed on the calendar actually, for that to actually happen, so that we can start to kind of like come out of the cocoon and start to work towards these visions for the year. So yeah,
totally. I think for me it's really about people that know me well, they know that I'm Miss Prep on legs.
Miss what, sorry?
Prep. That I like to be prepared
Mm.
as a person. If I'm going somewhere, if I'm doing something,
Yeah.
I like to have the things that I think are important. And it's the same with the year. It's like, if I don't know the lay of the land, then it's like New Year, the new energy and light comes through, I feel. And then when it does, I can feel into the year and almost feel in which direction I need to focus. And for me, already I had the word vitality, and that I wanted to focus on my vital energy and my life force. And I read a lot, of course, about the mitochondria and all these things of the internal mechanics of the body, and I just like to be prepared, knowing that when I move through the year, that I'm going to include things like rest, and that I know which detox I want to do and when, and what practices am I going to focus on, because I'm not deluded thinking that I can do them all.
Yeah.
That I will choose a few simple things that I will say. Already I'm in the gym, of course it's one of my loves, so there I am already, but like the other practices which are important. And I think when I have that clear for the year, then I feel it's like my backbone to do everything else that I want to do and accomplish. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yay! Yeah, it's going to be exciting. Should we talk about what we're going to be, what's it including as well?
Oh, yes. Go on then.
So we have the things I guess we've mentioned a little bit already. The food is going to be divine and wonderful, and Bhavan is going to be working with us closely actually to give the retreat and also the community some extra nourishment as well. So it's going to be super wonderful and tasty and good for us. We have the sauna scrub. We've got the cold plunge optional. Don't have to get in the cold plunge, but it's there if you want to. We've got wisdom sessions as well. Kate's going to be infusing her wisdom, her magic into tools, takeaways that you can infuse into your life as well. What else have we got, Sanjula?
We're going to do some yoga. I will teach some practices, like we will do coconut pulling in the mornings. We will learn to schedule in rest. And that is one key part of having vitality. Exercise is one part, but then the rest. And I want that we actually are every day at the same time resting, so that we form habits of resting. We're going to look at our sleep patterns and do yoga nidras so that we prepare ourselves for sleep. We will do some body listening exercises to support also Kate's wisdom session on the body's signaling and what that means when we're having symptoms or signs coming from the body. And overall, I think that we will also read the needs of who's coming so that we can create what everybody is hoping to experience. And I think what is the cake is that Ramana is going to be giving each participant her loving touch with massage, which, wow, what a gift to have that included in the retreat. And I'm looking forward to creating space for healing exchange, healing massage, all the things that are needed to create deeper rest. I think the deeper, that's the piece that I want to focus on, is the deeper we can rest and rejuvenate, the more energy we have.
Absolutely.
And what is stopping us from doing that? That would be, if that piece alone was the only thing that we all took away with us, I would be delighted.
Yeah, beautiful. I for me, the true self-care is the what is in the way of us taking care of ourselves. And I think when we kind of like can feel that and see that, it's supportive of everything else flourishing in our lives. So, yay. Yeah, it's going to be fantastic. Yeah, Ramana's massages, Bhavan's amazing food, Kate's wisdom, and we've got, there'll be lots of magic, basically. It's going to be great. I don't know what I was going to say.
That's okay.
So if you are interested, if you resonate, if you need a permission slip, this is good for you. Write yourself a permission slip. I really love this idea of like, can I give myself permission to do something good for myself, do something nourishing for myself? Because often, so many of us, we're at the bottom of the pile of the to-do list and the things that are important, and the permission slip to actually to rest, to rejuvenate, to reset, to be nourished, is often missing in our culture of doing and shoulds. So the permission slip is there. We'd love you to join us. And thank you for watching the podcast. If you've got this far, appreciate you very much. And please like and subscribe and share and do all those things techie. We would love to see you soon at Osho Leela. Thank you for watching and listening.
Yay.
Bye.